welcome to beginner / intermediate Pilates, mat Pilates class. I'm going to ask you to start today in a comfortable seated position. So ideally you want to have your legs crossed, one in front of the other. If it's hard for you to stay sitting upright without slouching your back, you can roll up your mat, sit on a pillow. Maybe it's more comfortable to have your knees bent and sitting on your heels, whatever you want, but no pressure in the knees and straight spine. You're gonna have your hands down by your sides. Your palms can be facing downward. You wanna ground from your sits bones all the way to the crown of your head, so one straight line, straight spine here. You're gonna take a deep inhalation, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, and exhale, hinge slightly, don't go too far, we're just warming up here towards the left. And again, inhale up and down, other side. Reaching your left arm up, keeping the shoulders low, exhaling to hinge to the side without forcing it. Coming back up and down, one more time each side. Deep inhale, the arm reaches up, the shoulder stays low. Exhale, you hinge. Coming up and down, last time to the left. Inhale and exhale, hinge slightly. Come back up. Release your arm. You're going to take both arms out in front of you, interlace your fingers, pull your shoulders down away from the ears, pull your arms forward. Imagine that someone's pulling on your hands. From here, with the shoulders going down and the arms pulling forward, you're gently going to bring your chin towards your chest. You're going to maintain this position here, continuously lowering the shoulders, continuously pulling your arms forward. You want to feel your shoulder blades widening here. You should feel a nice stretch in your upper back. Actively push your shoulders down, chin drops towards your chest, pull your arms forward, but that said, don't push your weight forward. So I'm still sitting upright, my sits bones are still on the mat, and slowly take your head back up to neutral. Release your hands. You're going to reach your arms behind you. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your back. You're going to first extend your arms, pull your arms away from you. Now maybe this is enough if you can, and if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can slowly start to lift your arms up. Keeping again the shoulders low, keeping the spine nice and straight. Being mindful of your shoulders here. Try to reach the palms of the hands together as much as possible. Your knuckles are reaching down, and then if you can, slowly lift your arms. And breathe. Slowly take your arms down, release your fingertips, sitting upright here, uncross your legs, knees are bent, feet are flat onto the floor. Start with a nice tall spine, shoulders low, take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're gonna slowly lower down. We're gonna come all the way to our backs. You're gonna take your arms up towards the ceiling. You're gonna exhale, tuck your tailbone, press your lower back down, and slowly start to lift your hips up, one bone at a time, making sure the shoulder blades don't lift. So we're not gonna lift up higher than the shoulder blades because it's gonna put a lot of pressure on the neck, and we wanna protect our neck. From here, tuck your tailbone, slowly lower back down, keeping your arms nice and straight, palms facing in, one more time. Tuck your tailbone, pull the belly button in, exhale as you slowly start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling, grounding the shoulder blades down. From here, press firmly into your left leg, take the right leg up to tabletop, return the right leg down, press the right foot down, and left leg comes up and down. We're gonna alternate side to side. Try to keep your hip bones level here, especially as that one foot starts to lift. There's a tendency to want to drop the hips the opposite way. See if you can stabilize it. One way to do this is by moving slowly. So you're really giving your muscles a chance to engage, and then that allows you to have more control. You're going to do one more each side. Try to do equal repetitions on both legs. Once both feet are down, you're going to regroup here. Tuck your tailbone a little bit more, lift just a little bit higher before you slowly start to lower down, one bone at a time. You're going to walk your feet in slightly closer towards your butt. Push your tailbone down, lift your hips up. We're going to maintain this lifted position Again, shoulder blades down, no tension in the neck. You're tucking your tailbone, so you're not arching the lower back. You're going to pick up the right heel, you're on the ball of the right foot, and then you're gonna switch. Lower the right, lift the left, and switch, and switch. You're gonna keep this motion going like you're running on the spot. Let's do another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take both heels down. Regroup again. Shoulders down, shoulder blades down. Tuck your tailbone, lift a little bit higher. Now we're going to lift both heels at the same time and lower both at the same time. We lift and lower. Up and down. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Return the heels down. Tuck your tailbone, lower the hips down. Take your arms down by your sides. Extend your left leg straight out. Toes are pointing up. You're going to pull your right leg in towards your chest. Your hands are interlaced around your shin. When you exhale, slowly pull that leg closer in and then release. And again, you pull it in and release. And again, pull and release. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1. You're going to transfer your hands either behind your thigh or behind your calf muscle, not behind the knee. We're going to extend the leg straight up. You're going to keep the foot flexed. Try to keep the knee as straight as possible. If you need to lower the leg down for the knee to remain straight, that's totally fine. From here, you're going to gently release the bend and then exhale, reach the leg straight up, extending all the way. And again, bend. You don't even need to hold your leg here, but what I do want you to focus on is the slight bend in the knee, and then it's a full extension. Slight bend and extend. And bend and extend. 2 more. Bend, exhale as you extend. Bend, press the foot straight up. Good, now bend the leg 90 degrees here. This is your tabletop. You can point the foot, take your hands behind your head. As you exhale, you're gonna lift head, shoulder, scapula off the mat. Keeping your elbows nice and wide, you're gonna pulse your chest up. And 2. Look towards your left big toes. No movement in the right leg. Your hip is bent 90 degrees. Your knee is bent 90 degrees. You're bending through the breastbone. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it all the way down. Extend your right leg to the floor. Shake out your legs. And then parallel your right leg so that your right toes are pointing up. This time it's the left leg that comes towards the chest. Your hands interlace around your shin. When you exhale, you pull the leg in and then release. Exhale, pull in and release. Make sure you exhale here fully as much as you can so you can create space in your abdominal cavity. If you're inhaling, filling your belly and your lungs with air as you're pulling the leg in, it's going to be harder to get a nice tight squeeze of the leg. 2 more. And last one, keep the leg in. Now hands transfer either to the thigh or the calf muscle. Extend the leg. Nice and straight, you point the foot. From here, the slight bend in the knee goes, and then we extend as we press the leg up. We slightly bend, really small, and extend all the way. Again, you can lower the leg down if you need to, in order for you to be able to extend your leg all the way out. And press. And press. Good. Last 4. Exhale as you extend the leg. Last 2. Last 1. Press all the way. Bend your knee 90 degrees. You can point the foot. Take your hands behind your head. Inhale here, then exhale, you lift. You're looking towards your right big toe as you pulse up. And 2. Check in on the alignment on the left side. Is your shin parallel to the floor? Is your hip bent 90 degrees, or is your leg in towards your chest? So correct that. You've got a perfect 90-degree bend at the hip and 90-degree bend at the knee. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Extend your leg all the way out. Shake it out. We're going to reach the arms behind us. Take your legs in, glue them in. Keep pressing your heels down. So I want the knees and toes pointing up, but your inner thighs are engaged. You're pressing them in towards your midline. Inhale here, start to reach your arms up. Tuck your chin, look at your toes here, and then you're gonna reach your fingertips towards your toes. That's your focus. You're just gonna go, if you can touch your toes, great. If you don't make it there, that is fine. You can even go past your toes a little bit if you want to, and then slowly lower down. And again, start with your inhalation as the arms come up. Tuck your chin, and then use that exhalation to flex your spine forward. Reach for those toes with your fingertips. Round over your legs, and lower down. Just one more time. Inhale, arms come up. Tuck your chin, look at your toes. You've got to focus here. Reach for your toes. You're gonna stay here. You're gonna sit up nice and tall. Your legs are still glued together. If this is hard to maintain your straight spine, bend your knees. Okay, so I don't want any slouching. Sitting up nice and tall, adjust your legs as needed. From here, you're gonna take your hands into prayer, thumbs to sternum. Inhale here, exhale, twist towards the right and center. Exhale, twist towards the left and center. We're gonna keep this going for a little bit. I want you to pay attention to your feet and see if when you're twisting one way, that hip wants to hike up. That's probably gonna wanna happen. You need to correct that and make sure both feet are staying in line. So the side that you're twisting on, that leg's gonna wanna come up. You keep pushing it away to maintain both legs in alignment. We're gonna do one more each side. We're gonna twist one more time to the right. You're gonna hold it to the right. From here, you're gonna open your arms into a T shape. Take them back into prayer. Come back to center and to the left. Exhale, twist. Open the arms. Take your palms together. Come back to center one more time each side. Exhale, twist right. Open the arms. Hands to prayer. Center last time to the left. Open. Hands to prayer. Take it to center. Fold over your legs and roll it back all the way down. You're gonna flip over onto your left side. You're gonna align your spine with the edge of your mat so your back is going to stay straight. You're gonna support your head in whichever way is comfortable for you, either with your hand. You can have your head all the way down. If you've got a prop, a pillow close by you wanna put underneath your neck, that is fine as well. Your legs are bent, not 90 degrees. You're about 45 degrees. Heels are together. Your top hand can be on the floor, on your waist, doesn't really matter. From here, we're gonna keep the heels glued together, start to open and close the leg. Out and close, out and close. As you're doing this, careful you're not opening the leg too much that your hips start to go back. If you're doing this, you're going past your natural hip opening. You wanna make sure that your pelvis stays nice and straight. My right hip bone is going to keep pointing straight forward. You can use your right hand here as feedback to guide you to hold this in place. If you feel that your hip is pushing into your right hand, you know you're going too far. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. From here, we're going to lift the leg up, hip height, maybe a little bit higher, not too high, and then take it down, up and down. Your knees stay stacked, one on top of the other. And up and down, up and down, and down. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, you're gonna hold it up. Imagine there's a rod going from your bottom knee through to your top knee, and we're gonna hinge from the knee here and then bend. You extend and bend. Both knees stay stacked. We're not moving at the hip joint at all. The only joint that's moving is the right knee. And bend. You reach and bend. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, keeping the leg extended. Flex your foot. You're gonna lower the leg down, tap the floor, lift up, hip height. Down, tap up. Down, tap up. Last 8, 7, 6, last 2, last 1. Bend the knee, take your leg down, turn onto your backs. Probably felt a good burn in that side hip. That is normal. You're gonna gently bring your right heel over the left. You're gonna actively push your right inner thigh away from you and flex your foot to protect the knee. Now this may be enough here. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of corrections at you. So there's a tendency to wanna push the lower back down when we're doing the stretch. You won't feel the stretch in the hips so much if you do so. So what you do is you maintain neutral spine. Once you've got neutral spine, which means there's a little bit of an arch in your lower back, while keeping the foot flexed, you're gonna actively push that leg away from you. You can even use that right hand to assist you and push it away. That would be level 1. If you're not feeling the stretch enough, second step here is to just come onto the ball of the left foot, and that's gonna increase the stretch. Nothing else has changed. I'm still in neutral, foot is still flexed, and I'm still pressing my inner right thigh away from me. If that's still not enough for you and you want to go further, that's when you come into that figure 4 stretch. But careful, I see this a lot. People want to lift their tailbone. If you're doing that, you're not getting the proper stretch. So better to work your way up and not start with the most advanced version right from the beginning. Wherever you're at, you're slowly gonna come out of it, taking your feet as wide as your mat, and then we're just gonna allow the legs to go one way and then the other, like windshield wipers. And coming back to center, we're gonna do a little bit of core before we move on to the other side. Start with your legs parallel, press your lower back down. You're gonna take one leg into tabletop, keeping your lower back flat, take the other leg to tabletop, hands can be behind your head. You're going to lift your chest up. You're gonna stay up here, keeping the elbows nice and wide. You're gonna reach one leg out, and then switch, and switch, and switch. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're gonna add a twist. You're twisting towards the knee that's bent, and switch, and switch. Keep the elbows wide. You're not trying to touch your thigh with your elbow. You're opening elbows wide and wide. It's gonna be way more effective if you keep those elbows wide rather than trying to touch your thigh. That just makes it look cool, doesn't really work more. Last 2, last 1, come back to center and release. Rock yourself side to side. Holding the backs of your thighs. You can rock and roll yourselves up. And we're gonna transition to our right side. Again, setting yourself up, perfect alignment here. Your back against the edge of your mat. You're supporting your neck by holding your head, whichever way you wanna be. Heels together, turn it out and close. You're gonna apply some pressure with your top heel onto the bottom heel. That way it's really gonna get deep into those hip muscles, the lower glutes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next we lift the leg hip height and lower, up and down, up and down. Check in on your pelvis and your hips. Are you moving all over the place, or are you able to control the movement up and control it down? Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it up, hip height. From here, extend the leg and bend. Extend and bend. Remember, you've got a rod going through both knees and you're just pivoting the top knee. And reach and bend. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, extended, stay straight. Flex your foot, lower the leg down, reach up, down, hip height, down. Knees are still stacked, one on top of the other. Slow and controlled. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release, take it down. Flip onto your backs. We're gonna stretch out that side. So again, first starting with the left heel, over just above the right knee, flexing your foot here. This is your first step, making sure your back is in neutral. And from here, this may be enough. You can use your left hand to push the thigh away. Once you feel that you've gone past the stretching point in this position, then you can go to step 2, which is picking up the heel. And maybe this is enough. You never need to go to the next level, right? Listen to your body. And if you're super flexible, super open in the hips, and you're not feeling a stretch, that's when you go to the figure 4 stretch. That said, no lifting of the tailbone, no pressing down of the lower back, so maintain your neutral spine. Make sure you can still keep the foot flexed and pushing your inner left thigh away from you. You choose where you're at, where you want to send your focus. Wherever your legs are, slowly take them down, bringing your feet to the edge of your mat so we're wider than the hips. And then from here, you're going to swing your legs one way and then the other. Coming back to center. Take your legs in towards your chest. You're going to rock and roll yourselves up. And coming to seated position so that we can transfer onto hands and knees in tabletop. Hands are in line with the shoulders. Your legs are hip width. From here, we're going to start with the right leg. You're going to keep the knee bent. You're going to turn the leg out and then take it down. Turn out and down. And down. Pushing into your hands here so the chest is not going down, right? You want nice and neutral shoulder blades. Your neck is long. You should be looking down between your thumbs. Out. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Tiny pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. We're going to add a little bit of core challenge here. Still pressing down into your right hand. You're going to take your left hand behind your lower back. Same thing with this leg here. Turn it out and down. 2, 3, last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. You hold it up and pulse. 2, 1, take your knee down, take your hand down, reach your right leg back, tucking your toes, engage through your lower abs here, and then pick up your left leg, extending the left knee. Careful not to hike the hips out, you don't want to sag your lower back down. Pushing through your hands here, we're going to hold this plank position. You're going to pick up your right leg, you're going to turn it out, pull your knee towards your elbow, and then reach it back. And again, pull it in, and reach, in, and reach, and reach. If this is too much, you've got the option to place your left knee down, keeping your hips level or low so that you're in a modified plank position. Last 2, last 1, good. Take your foot down, everyone come down onto your knees. You can have your knees nice and wide, sitting back onto your heels for a child's pose or shell stretch. And setting up, you can roll out your wrists if you've got any tension in your wrists here. We're going to do the same sequence the opposite way. Making sure you're perfect tabletop position. Your knees should be hip width. Press firmly into your hands. You turn out the left leg and close. And close. We've got 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. On the last one, you hold it up. Tiny pulses. You're moving an inch, roughly, not more. You're trying to maintain the height. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the knee down. Regroup here. Make sure you're really engaging the core before you take your right hand off and place it onto your lower back. Same thing with the left leg. You've got to engage the core here. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold it up and we pulse. 5, 4, 2, 1. Carefully come down. Take your hand down. Reach your left leg back. Your toes are tucked. We're going to come into a plank position or modified plank position. You stay on your knees. That's fine as well. You're working the same muscle groups. Just be careful if you're on your knees that you're not sticking your butt out. You want to allow your hips to lower forward slightly so that you can really work through the core. From here, wherever you're at, on your knees or not, you're going to pick up your left leg, turn it out, so your knee's pointing out to the side. Bend the knee, take it towards your elbow, reach back. And back. Last 3, 2, and 1. Carefully take your foot down, knees wide, toes together. Come into a child's pose. We're going to move onto our bellies, so coming all the way down onto your mats. You're going to have your legs at least as wide as your hips. The more narrow your legs are, the more pressure it's going to put on your lower back. So you need to gauge where you're at. At any point you feel tension in the lower back, you're just going to open your legs wider. You also want to turn out position, so my knees and my toes are pointing out. They're not pointing down. External rotation. From here, both legs open in external rotation. You want to reach your legs out. Imagine someone's pulling on your big toes here, so you're nice and active in the legs. You're going to have your forehead down on the mat. Arms, similar position, so they're going to be open, wider than your shoulders in a V. Taking your forehead to the floor. We're going to inhale here, keeping the legs down and active. We're going to lift both arms and the upper chest. Careful not to bend your neck back. So keep looking down and then lower down. And again, we lift and down. And again, lift and down. 2 more. Up. Last one. And down. Turn one cheek to the mat. You're just going to rock your hips side to side. Coming back to center, regrouping here. Again, your legs are active, in, turn out, reaching out. Arms are going to be a little bit more narrow now. A little bit wider than your shoulders, but just maybe a little bit wider. And your palms this time are facing down. Palms down, pull the belly button in, reach the legs out. You're going to lift your arms and your chest. We're going to stay here, so find a place that you can sustain. Your neck is nice and long. We're slowly going to bend the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then reach. And again, pull back, squeeze, and reach. And again. Exhale as you pull back, squeeze, and reach. Look down. Your neck should be long. Your legs are reaching out. Pull the belly button in. We've got 6 and 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and reach it out. Slowly lower down. Turn your head the opposite way and then shake out your hips. Come back to center, take your hands close to your shoulders, push yourselves back, come back to that tabletop position. Your back is straight, hands in line with the shoulders. We're going into a few rounds of cat stretch. Starting from the tailbone, tuck here, pull the belly button in, round all the way. Drop your head, push through your arms, and then from the tailbone, lengthen back. And again, exhale. Nice and slow. Nice mindful movements. And again, tuck. And round. 2 more times. And lengthen. Just 1 more time. And lengthen, sit back, quick shell stretch here. And then coming back onto your seated position. Your feet will be flat, sitting up nice and tall. If you feel too much pinching or gripping in your hip flexors here, you're just gonna allow your legs to turn out slightly. That's fine. But again, it's all about lengthening that spine, okay? If you can have your legs parallel, keep them parallel. Avoid having your knees internally rotated. So parallel is fine. A slight external rotation is also fine. Just don't let them flop out. Sitting up nice and tall, arms out in front of you, shoulder blades, shoulders down. You're gonna lengthen through the crown of the head here. Inhale, exhale, you're gonna tuck. We're gonna roll down just behind those sits bones. Once you get to that position here, you're gonna come back up and lengthen up. And again, tuck and lower. And exhale, lengthen up. And again, tuck and lower. And come up. We've got 10 more. And up. And 9. And 8. And 7. And 6. If it gets too much for your back, you're just gonna fold forward onto your thighs and take a breather. Maybe release the back quickly, and then when you're ready, come back into it. Let's do 2 more. 1 more exactly like this. Good, and final one, you're gonna go all the way down. Take your hands back behind your head. You're gonna keep both feet down to start. Deep inhalation, exhale, lift. We're gonna do a little bit abdominal blitz here. Here we go, pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay up. You're gonna reach your right leg straight out. Both knees should be in line. Pulse it here. Exhale, exhale. Belly button in, in, in. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down, both feet down. And again, here we go. Lift up. 2, 3, 4. Elbows wide. 6. Exhale. Imagine someone's punching you in the belly, so your belly button comes in. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay up. Extend the left leg. Here we go. Last 16. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Stretch it out. Arms behind you, legs out in front of you. Give yourself an active stretch here. Someone's pulling on your hands, someone's pulling on your feet. And then release. And again, stretch it out, stretch it out. And release. Good, bend your knees. Again, take your legs towards your chest, hands on your shins. Rock back and forth. And we're gonna come all the way up. Good, we're gonna come to a standing position at the back of our mats. You're gonna inhale here, take your arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, reach your arms down in front of you, roll it down, taking your hands to your mat. If you need to bend your knees to get there, that is fine. Once your hands are on your mat, you're gonna walk your hands forward, Come to full push-up position. I'm gonna ask you to have your hands wider than your mats. Knees on the ground is perfectly fine, but you wanna have wide arms so that when you're bending into that push-up, you're maintaining a 90-degree bend at the wrists. Here we go. We're gonna bend the elbows, exhale, push up, down, push up, down, push up. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. If your knees are on the floor, you're gonna pick up your knees. Everyone, walk your hands in so now they are in line with your shoulders. Push your hips back, come into an inverted V, downward dog. You can bend one knee, keep the opposite leg straight, and switch. Both legs straight. Slowly pick up your heels and lower down to your knees. You're gonna come to a kneeling position here if this is fine for your knees. If not, come to the same seated position you had at the beginning of class. If you can stay kneeling on your knees, you're gonna stay here. Same as we started. Inhale, reach your right arm up. This time, exhale, you can go much deeper than in the warm-up. Coming back up, lengthening in, center, lower that right arm down, other side, you reach up, left arm as you inhale, and then exhale as you flex sideways. And come up, both arms down, take a deep inhale here, and exhale down. One more time, taking a deep inhale, reaching your hands into prayer, and exhaling through your heart center. Thank you so much for being here, for practicing with me, and see you again. Thank you, bye.